So I went to the store. I got 4 cases of Gatorade. I brought it to his job site, and I left one of the cases for the guys. It just happened to be lunchtime, and I got to spend lunch with the guys. I know this seems really insignificant and kind of a stupid story, but as a blue-collar wife, going onto your husband's job site, seeing everything that they're working on, seeing where they're working, hanging out with their crew, it gives you such a sense of pride.
This is awesome because I bet you anything that man felt appreciated and cared for because his wife was obviously thinking about him and took time out of her day to do something for him. And then she even extended that to his coworkers. That is like the ultimate brag for a man. But some women will still not understand that it's about the action rather than her showing up and showing what she looks like. It's about the action of her getting extra drinks for his coworkers. It is all about the effort that is most attractive.
When a man does not feel appreciated in the area of his presence, he becomes a version of a man that he can give you and still survive. And I promise you, you will not like that version. That version of him is silent, frustrated, sharp with his words, non-communicative, because he has to become something that he can survive in.
I'm going to speak to the majority first. I would say in mass, they're not appreciated enough. Think about I agree with Trev with the whole Father's Day, Mother's Day thing. That's just one part. But as a woman, you have to ask yourself, am I appreciating him? Do I take him for granted? And then do I give at the same level that he gives? Like, do I reciprocate back to him? Like what he gives me? Am I going over, above and beyond? Because you can appreciate somebody, but not do anything about it, right? You can be like, oh, thank you, but I just feel like we're not showing them how much we care about them. And then we do it, we might do it in a way where I'll buy you something that I like, or that, that kind of way. But what is it that he wants? Like somebody said, it was like some viral video where he's like, the man gives her $1,000 and say, go ahead, go get your nails done, get your hair done. And then he's and there's a box that he leaves for her. And he said, there's nothing in that box. And that's what I want you to have on when I get home. Stuff like what does he want? And then you could take it that way and say, okay, well, all I got to do is give him sex. But then what else does he want? What else does he appreciate? So that's you knowing him and giving him what he needs. I always appreciated who I was with, but there's levels to it. So there was something else I saw on social media where it was like, at first she treats you how she wants to be treated, and then she treats you how you treat her. So I think there's some truth to that. For the ones that's not so good, right? For the ones that's not so good, she's going to start mirroring your actions. But for the ones that are decent men, good men that are doing their best, I think that there's a different level of appreciation that I have now where I would verbalize my appreciation and give the words of affirmation and do things and reciprocate. And it's not just him doing the date night. I will do the date night and, plan something nice and do something nice. And it don't have to cost a lot of money, but you got to go above and beyond to show your appreciation.
Okay. Go ahead, Tab.
Yeah, I just wanted to piggyback off of what Di, Trev, and Ruth stated. So I do agree with those things. I think there is a different perspective to it though, a little bit, right? So like with the whole Mother's Day and Father's Day event, you have to understand that women are like the largest consumers, right? We want to go out and eat and drink and shop. Men don't always necessarily want to do that. So the restaurants being full for Mother's Day is going to be totally different for men. On Father's Day, because like Di was stating, a lot of men don't even want to go. They don't want to go out. They don't want to do those type of things. So like Ruth was stating, I feel that the biggest thing is women understanding how to show appreciation to men, because they don't, it's not as easy as giving them $1,000 and saying, go do what you want to do. Most men aren't necessarily going to receive that. It's about understanding what. Say it again.
Hold on, Cloud. Let us finish. Let us finish.
Yeah. I'm just saying, not men that I know or dealt with, that's not the same things that are going to make me happy and make me feel warm and fuzzy inside and appreciated is not going to be the same thing for a man. For instance, you can give a woman flowers to show you appreciate her. If a woman pops up with flowers for a man, it's not going to be the same thing. So like Ruth was stating, it's about women understanding their man. And the problem with that is that's base by base case, right? It's a situational thing. Everyone doesn't like the same thing, whereas a whole group of women can all like to go out and brunch at the same time. It's not going to be that exact thing. So I think it's just a little harder to truly show the appreciation. And then on top of that, like Di was stating, there are a lot of men that say they don't want a lot, right? Cook me a meal, give me sex, say thank you, small things. So we don't know like what exactly. My question would be to the man on the panel, what are the things that women can do to truly show appreciation to you outside of those small things? What is going to make
Hold on.
That $1,000 you mentioned sounded real. Now I don't know what guy that if you handed him a rack and said, "Hey, go about your day, have a good day," he gonna be like, "Nah, I don't feel like you put enough effort." Like, nah, again, we don't think like how you do. You give me $1,000 on Father's Day, I'm chilling. I'm having a good day. I'm gonna go get me a nice sack. I'm gonna go get me a bottle. I'm good. I'm vibing. I'm having a good time. So
what about community events? Like, what about community events? Like, what can the community do? Like, what is something you guys would attend? Where is somewhere that we can take you where you're out socializing, like how they do for the mothers, so you can be widely recognized, not just within the home. I think when it's within the home, it's like, your man. Oh, he always buying hats. Oh, he like watches. Oh, I noticed he like that cologne. He like shoes. But when it comes to the community, what are things y'all would go out and do with your family and women that on Father's Day or something like that?
I could answer that. But JR, before I really get into it, could you do a poll, please? Pause. To find out if
Give me 1 second. Let me get it up. Pause.
Okay.
I can't.
I just want to know how many men. I would gather that every man on this panel would gladly go out if their family said, "Hey, let's go out to the same damn places that mothers would go out." But I'm curious to see what men would reject these things if offered to go out to eat or whatever it is. I'd love to see what that looks like. But I think that. Oh shit! My bad. I can't hear you.
I said I'm ready for the poll.
Oh, okay.
I'm ready for the question.
Oh, the question is: would men go out to the same places women would, like be to eat? Because I know Ty was saying that most men would reject the notion of going out to the same places commercially, but I think that most men on the panel would probably go. And but I don't want to just use us because that's too anecdotal. So I guess the best thing that we could possibly do is give a poll to at least have a couple, few 100,000, whatever, to get a larger sample size to see if maybe I'm just going crazy, because I gather that most men would be for it. But the second part of that is, I don't think women really care enough to put forth the effort. And I say that because women don't put the same type of energy. Women become like super snoopers and investigators and everything else when they feel like their man is cheating. Now they become a forensic investigator and they will find out everything that they need to find out. But how about you took that same browser history you searched and look at something that he liked, because you bypassed all of that to find out what women's names were in there, but you really could have found out, oh damn, like for me, you could have taken me to the track and I could have went and drive some supercars for the weekend. That's easy. Most men will go for that. You know what I'm saying? You just got to find out what his likes are, what he needs personally. And it's not difficult. All you got to do is watch him and pay attention to him in that way and put that same energy into it. And it's something that I think most women could accomplish. I don't think it would be crazy difficult, but it's about putting that same type of effort. Just pretend you're searching like he's cheating. Take that whole energy and put that into finding out what it is that he likes and surprise him. You'd be surprised. Like, dudes, when you do small things, it doesn't even have to cost a lot of money. We're extremely appreciative because we are so used to no one doing anything for us that it's actually awkward when someone does. That's just how it is, especially when women put thought into it. Women generally are horrible at giving gifts when it compared to men. Men really put some thought into it.